Everyone thinks successful people have some superpower. They don't. I spent 6 months studying people who never quit, and what I found changed everything I thought about success. Most people think persistence looks like this, but the reality is completely different. Let me tell you about Sarah. She failed her business 3 times. Everyone told her to give up, get a real job, be realistic. But Sarah had a secret, something nobody could see. She didn't see failure as failure, she saw it as data. Here's the first psychology secret. People who never give up have a different relationship with pain. When most people hit an obstacle, their brain screams danger. But people like Sarah, their brain whispers, interesting. This isn't natural, it's trained. The second secret? They have a different timeline. Most people think success should take 1 to 2 years. But persistent people think in decades. When you expect quick results, every setback feels like the end. When you expect a long journey, setbacks are just part of the map. The third secret, they have a weird obsession with micro-progress. While everyone else chases big wins, persistent people collect tiny wins like Pokemon cards. 1 push-up, 1 page, 1 call. They celebrate it all. Because here's what they know that you don't. Big transformations don't come from big moments. They come from tiny actions repeated so many times, they become inevitable. The fourth secret is the most important. They have an identity shift. Most people say, I'm trying to be a writer. Persistent people say, I am a writer who's learning. See the difference? One is temporary. The other is who they are. When quitting means betraying your identity, you don't quit. Back to Sarah. On her 4th attempt, something clicked. Not because she was smarter, not because she tried harder, but because she had outlasted everyone else. Here's the brutal truth nobody tells you. Most people have the talent. Most people have the ideas. But only 1% have the psychology to stay in the game long enough to win. So how do you build this psychology? Step 1. Change your pain interpretation. Every time something hurts, ask, what's the lesson? Not, why is this happening to me, but what is this teaching me? Step 2. Extend your timeline. Seriously. Write down, I give myself 10 years to master this. Suddenly, this year's failures, just tutorials. Step 3. Track micro wins obsessively. Did you show up today? That's a win. Did you try? That's a win. Because your brain doesn't understand someday, it understands today. Step 4. Make the identity shift now, not later. Stop saying, I'm trying to be. Start saying, I am becoming. Here's what happens when you do this. Month 1, you still want to quit, but you don't. Month 6, quitting doesn't even cross your mind anymore. Year 2, people start calling you lucky. Year 5, you realize you've become inevitable. The people who never give up aren't special. They just have different software running in their heads. And here's the best part. You can install that software today. Sarah didn't have special genes. She had special beliefs. Beliefs that failure was feedback, that time was her ally, that progress compounds. So the question isn't, do you have what it takes? The question is, are you willing to rewire your psychology? Because once you do, giving up becomes harder than continuing. And that's when everything changes. The hidden psychology of people who never give up? They've made persistence easier than quitting. And now you know how to do the same. What's one micro win you can celebrate today? Comment below. And remember, you're not trying to succeed, you're already succeeding, one tiny step at a time.